Welcome, everyone, to episode number 67 of Talking Kentucky. My name is Coleman Scott. His name is Caden Holmes. And it's game week as the Cats are set to take on the Ball State Cardinals at 12 p.m. local time there in Lexington at Kroger Field this weekend. What will hopefully be the only noon kickoff of the year because I struggle to get up and get ready for those. I kind of like to build my day to the kickoff, Caden. I'm not a fan of the noon kickoffs, especially with marching band having to get there at the practice field like 6 a.m. Was it that we had to be there, I think?
Yeah, that was my first thought. That brings back really terrible memories because I didn't always get there on time, which
Oh,
resulted
really?
in not a fun time whenever I actually got there. So, but I do see that you have your girlfriend in your background again. So I guess it
Yes.
is football season.
It's football season again. Laura Rutledge is back in my background, and she's going to be back on TV this weekend on SEC Network. I posted that picture. I don't have the most Instagram followers in the world, but I did post this picture on my Instagram after we took it down here on LSU's campus before the Ole Miss game, and she did like my picture on Facebook, so I was fanboying pretty hard in that moment. That was probably one of the top three moments of my life when Laura Rutledge liked my Instagram post. That doesn't happen every day, Caden.
What are the other two?
I can't think of them right now, but I'll let you know if I think of them a little bit later.
Thought I
So,
put you on the spot right there. So
well, I cannot fulfill your question there. It's National Trail Mix Day today. So get your M and M's and your nuts and your raisins and your craisins.
you can't eat that.
I can't eat that, no. But I can eat it if it didn't have nuts in it. I could have like the one that
All the
pretzels
nuts. Yeah,
and the little bagel things, the Chex Mix. I feel like I could eat Chex Mix. That counts as trail mix, right? I think Chex
I
Mix
think
does.
so. I think so.
Okay.
I'm not going to be a stickler, but
We can count that. It's National Eat Outside Day today, which I think it's still a little hot to eat outside down here in Louisiana. But Caden, is it starting to feel like football weather there up in Kentucky?
it cooled off a little bit this afternoon, but overall, it's been pretty hot, I think.
Well, hopefully we'll get some cool weather here in Louisiana by December. Hopefully, it's National Cabernet Day. You a big wine guy, Caden? You like your cab?
It's pretty pricey, but every once in a while, wine's pretty good.
What's that Tom T. All song? I like beer, right?
It's a good song. Yeah.
Whiskey's too rough. Champagne costs too much. Vodka puts my
Puts my
mouth
mouth in the
in
gear.
gear. In the
Yeah.
gear. So this little refrain
Word to live by. Yeah.
will help me explain. As a matter of fact, I like beer. I think is
Which
the
he does
lyric.
very
So
well. Yeah.
he does. He does like beer, and that's little refrain helps him explain for sure. It is let's see, it's National Dan Day, so wish all your Dans happy Dan Day today. It is National South Carolina Day today, so happy South Carolina Day out there to everybody.
SEC doormat, South Carolina. One fan held.
Never forget.
Never forget. That's
And
exactly
speaking
right.
of dam day, isn't it? The Ha River is known for all of its mini dams. I'm pretty sure.
The what?
I'm
River?
in the Ohio River.
Oh, the Ohio River. I thought you
Yeah.
said the hot river.
No, sorry, it's my accent here coming through. I need to enunciate my words, which
Yeah.
I had to learn, which I also learned whenever I was reading the ad, which we will get to later. Right, Coleman?
We are definitely we have our new and improved ad read, and we are going to get to that later in the episode. Absolutely. I just wanted to shout out a couple people in the comments down here below. We got Claude here in the comments. He said, "I'm here. Stop the brakes." Claude texted me right before the show and said that he's moving in 5 days, so he wasn't sure if he's going to join tonight or not. But here he is. Stop the brakes.
So he's leaving Lexington. Didn't he mention that
I
last
think
show?
he did mention that last show that he's leaving Lexington, which I don't know
Seemed
why
too
anybody
expensive.
would want to leave Lexington other than it's too expensive. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And William Need is in the comments. Football time, the bluegrass. That is exactly right. And nobody's more excited than Caden about that. That's for sure.
By Caden, you meant Coleman.
Yes, that is exactly right. I meant me. And it's Van Morrison's birthday. Is that the person that did the song Jump? Is that right? The bum 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 That song, is that Van Morrison?
So you're telling me that you didn't know who Sean Connery was, but you know who Van Morrison is?
That's exactly right. I'm more
I'm
of a
questioning
music
some
guy.
things about you, Coleman.
Well, that's all right. That's you. You're welcome to question.
Did knowing that fact help you in music history listenings?
It did not at all. No, it didn't help with the Gregorian chant and things like that. Did not. That's absolutely the case.
William says
And
Brown Eyed Girl song.
Brown Eyed Girl. That's Van Morrison too.
Okay.
I didn't realize that.
He must have been a pretty big deal then.
He must have been. I mean, I listened to I like the Jimmy Buffett version of Brown Eyed Girl personally. I think that's my taste there.
Yeah.
Also didn't help me with music history to know Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, not even for 20th century music history. So.
That's right. No, you got to know some other things for that. So as Caden mentioned, I think we may as well start the show with this. We have an ad read through Spotify for podcasters now. So that is going to start tomorrow. So even if you're a live listener, even if you listen to the show live, if you would go back and listen to the beginning of our episode, listen to that ad read, we get a little kickback from it. So if you really like us, you don't have to listen to more than just the 30-second ad read. But if you really like us, we'll get a little kickback from you going back on podcasts, specifically on Spotify, and listening to that. But ad reads are not the easiest thing in the world. Sometimes it's harder than it sounds. It's harder than it looks to read an ad, because sometimes you stumble over your words, Caden, because just like trumpet, when you're trying really hard, when you're trying to do a good job, that's when you screw up. Isn't that right?
And it's all about enunciation, and for us in Kentucky, that's not always the easiest thing.
That's right. It's not.
Are we getting a call?
We didn't even
open the phone. We haven't even opened the phone lines.
Well, that's okay. We can answer the phone. I mean, they're never really closed.
The call ended, so maybe it was an accident.
Okay, maybe it was. Well, they'll call back. They'll leave a voicemail if they really need us.
I don't recognize this number either.
Maybe it's a new person.
Yeah, maybe someone got the number off. Oh, here they are.
Well, let's take it. We're starting off the show with a bang today. Look out, fellas. You're on with Talkin Kentucky.
You're on with Talkin Kentucky. Who's this?
Hi, this is Chris from Colorado. How are you guys doing?
Chris from Colorado.
Chris from Colorado.
I'm doing very well, thanks. Just saw that I could call into the podcast. I'm a big Coleman Scott fan, to be honest.
Well, aren't we all?
Just thought it would be a real...
Aren't we all? I think I know who this is.
No, I don't think you do. I don't know if we've ever met.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm just telling you guys doing a great job, and I get all my Kentucky fix. Talked about the ad read. Just want to let you guys know that you guys are crushing it out there.
Man, we appreciate
thanks.
it. Have you been? Are you a long time listener, first time caller kind of thing?
Yeah, for sure. First time I've ever seen it as an option on the podcast there. So.
Well, we appreciate it. So what do you got for us?
Not much. I'm just kind of letting you guys know that I'm a big fan, and just wanted to make sure that you guys felt the love.
Well, we're feeling it. We really appreciate that.
Oh, we're definitely feeling it.
Yeah, of course. Yep. Oh, good. Well, I'll let you guys get back to your show here. Congrats on the ad.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, thanks.
Take care.
Hey, new caller in the first
from Colorado.
5 minutes of the show. Well, yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion as to who that is, but maybe it's somebody I don't know. I mean,
I know. Yeah, maybe I know the name too. I don't think I've met, but we can discuss that later.
I also don't think anybody's a big Coleman Scott fan, so that's a little suspect to me as well. But anyway, back to the ad read here. Enunciation, not the easiest thing in the world necessarily. So there are a couple bloopers. There's actually 3 bloopers that Caden had. We can't play one of them because we are a clean podcast, so we can't really throw that out there.
Yeah. Maybe for the After Dark episode.
That's right.
We do that,
Maybe for the subscription-based version of Talkin Kentucky that we'll get to at one point. But just wanted to roll a couple bloopers here, and then you can hear the actual clean and polished version tomorrow when you go back on Spotify for podcasters and you listen. So, or I guess on Spotify and listen. So let's roll Caden blooper number 1 here.
Hi, I'm Caden from Talkin, Kentucky. On our podcast, we bring you the most ridiculous content, some of which includes Kentucky sports, random holidays, fun bracket challenges, bashing Duke, bashing Louisville, and many more. In order to bring you this content, our outlet of choice is none other than Spotify for podcasters. Spotify for podcasters allows you to record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer, so no matter your setup, you can start recruiting today? What am I, Cal?
So that's blooper number 1. And no, Caden, if you were Cal, you wouldn't play a 2-3 zone. That's more Cal than recruiting.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's right. So that's blooper number 1. This one probably, well, of the 3, number 3 is my favorite, but again, not going to play number 3 on the show.
I think number 1's your favorite.
Oh yeah, number 1. Okay, so the first. Okay, I got you. Yeah, number 1 is actually number 3. So this is number 2, which is probably my favorite of these 2. So we'll roll that.
Hi, I'm Caden from Talkin, Kentucky. On our podcast, we bring you the most ridiculous content, some of which includes Kentucky sports, random holidays, fun bracket challenges, bassing. What am I, fishing now?
I like how you just kind of continue.
I want it to be known, I didn't actually do this for the blooper reel. I was literally just talking to myself because I was thinking, man,
these are not staged.
Recruiting. So yeah, no, not staged at all.
Yeah, these are not staged. These are real bloopers, real life bloopers. These are not actors, like they say in the commercials. Clyde Harris is awesome, Caden. Yeah, good. But Caden really did do a good job. Caden has what I think is considering all things considering for Western Kentucky. I think he does have a radio voice. So, and I think it might.
Yeah, don't sign me all at once when you hear this radio show. Gotta go through my agent first.
Caden's going to be getting NIL deals after this ad read tomorrow, so it's going to be pretty awesome. But so check that out. I'm going to wait. I don't know if I said this already, but I'm going to wait until tomorrow to post this episode, to put this episode up on podcast, just so we can go ahead and get the ad on there. If I post it today, we can't get the ad on there. So tomorrow we'll post this edition and you can go listen to that. So Nebraska volleyball, Caden, who our friend Riley Loy is the dietitian for Nebraska volleyball. So we continue to have connections throughout the country to the show. They had a volleyball match yesterday in their football stadium and had over 90,000 people watch this volleyball game. Now, I've never been to a volleyball game in my life. I guess that's what you do in Nebraska, though, because there's really nothing else to do. I do know that Nebraska is sort of the Alabama football, Kentucky basketball of volleyball, so maybe that's part of it. But Caden, 90,000. What do you think about that? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's kind of honestly hard to even imagine in a football stadium for volleyball. Those must be some pretty intense games. I'm sure they're great. Are they number 1? Are they number 1 in the country or something?
I think historically, yeah. I don't know about this year. I'm not real big. I'm a volleyball show prep necessarily, so I don't know if they're number 1, but yeah, Nebraska. So
go to Nebraska. I might have to start watching now if that many people are into it. There must be something to see there.
Well, I follow Riley on Instagram, and she's always showing what she makes for the team and stuff like that. It's all this fancy stuff. I wish I could try it. It's she probably didn't know I think we've talked about Riley in at least 5 or 6 of these episodes. She probably doesn't even know that we've mentioned her in any of these. I'll have to tell her. She makes electrolyte slushies, and she has this thing with blue milk, which I didn't know was a thing, but apparently blue milk is good for you or something. So there's all kinds of weird foods. I don't know. It's a blue cow, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what blue milk is. I just know that
Smurf cow.
Yeah, Smurf cow, I guess. So, but Nebraska volleyball, 90,000 people. So I just thought that was impressive and weird. So congrats to Nebraska on supporting your volleyball team. Just wanted to throw that out there. Caden, we're not fans of Starbucks on this show
Nope.
necessarily. And by that, I mean, yeah, we're not at all fans of Starbucks. But Starbucks has already released their pumpkin spice lattes, even though it's still, 100 degrees here in Louisiana and across most of the South. But you start to see, like, this time of year, all kinds of pumpkin spice things being released, like Oreos. I just got pumpkin spice Cheerios, all this kind of stuff. Are you a pumpkin spice fan? Like, are you partaking in the? Are you drinking the pumpkin spice Kool-Aid? Is what I'm saying.
Well, not from Starbucks, but yes, I'm a big pumpkin spice fan.
You're a
And
pumpkin spice fan.
yeah, and you can even, I mean, you can order it for yourself, right? So if you make your own lattes, you can buy you some pumpkin spice. It's probably, I think it's pretty high, but if that's something you're into, you can get your own, make your own.
So you're like the white sorority girls going out and getting your PSLs around this time of year. That's you.
No, they get their white chocolate, their white mochas, don't they?
Yeah, the white
Isn't that what
mochas.
they're big into?
I think the pink drink is another big one,
Oh,
right?
the pink drink, yeah.
I don't even know what is in the pink drink.
Sometimes you'll see dudes getting that in Starbucks, and they like say they're getting it for their girlfriend, but you don't believe them.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Like the big bodybuilder type dudes.
Yeah, don't do anything else for your girlfriend. You're all of a sudden getting them a drink. So yeah, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know what's in the pink drink. Maybe it's pink milk, like blue milk. Still don't know what blue milk is either.
If anyone knows, call us. And
yeah, if anybody knows, Chris from Colorado, if you know what blue milk is, or if you know what is in a pink drink, let us know.
David Holmes says they make pumpkin spice Coors Light.
Hey, David, I just want you to know I'm drinking a Coors Light as we speak. So I can't remember. Is David the fan of Coors Light, or is he doesn't like Coors Light? Okay.
Yeah, he likes the Rockies blue for sure.
Yep, that's how they do it out there in Colorado. Yeah, speaking of Colorado. So Caden, but you're not a fan of Coors Light. Is that
no, I am.
correct? Oh, you are?
I am. Yeah.
I feel like somebody that we know is like a big anti Coors Light person.
I didn't know that existed. I didn't know people had that strong of feelings about Coors Light. But Coleman, I had this gave me an idea. Who was it you said wasn't going to win a game this year? Virginia.
Virginia. That's absolutely right. Yep.
So I'm going to just throw this out here, based off David's comment. If Virginia wins a game, you need to put pumpkin spice in a Coors Light.
Oh man, well that's not quite as bad as coffee and mayonnaise. Put a
it's
pumpkin
already
spice.
basically water,
What is so it's not going to be as bad. But so what does that mean? Like put like a pumpkin spice. Okay. So like are we talking like the little pumpkin spice like creamers, or are we talking about like the simple syrup, or
I guess
like
that flavoring? Whatever's the cheapest.
Whatever. Okay.
The Coors Light's already almost like only 50 cents, so you don't want to pay $20 for a bottle of syrup. But
I feel like the simple syrup would be a little better than putting creamer or milk in Coors Light.
Oh, God.
I've also seen people, but it's still not going to be as bad as the coffee and the mayonnaise. I mean, that's the ultimate bad thing. But I've seen some people before, Caden. Now I think these people are psychotic, but some people have poured beer over ice that I've seen. Like I feel like this is a new trend that's like going on like TikTok and all this kind of stuff, and that is like psychotic behavior. You cannot put ice in beer. That just it doesn't work that way.
I don't even like ice in coffee, much less beer. That's disgusting.
Yeah, you can't. No, yeah, it's just, I never tried it, but I don't plan on it. So
do you drink your bourbon on ice?
Sometimes if I do, I have like the ice ball, it's
like the stones, like we were talking about that one.
Yeah. Like talking bourbon stone, talking rocks, talking stones. Yeah, that's right. No, I usually don't just do regular ice cubes. I do at least do like the big like ice ball so it doesn't melt or anything like that. That's my choice, but I don't know, Caden. I don't know if I can commit to ruining a Coors Light like that. I mean, it's such good beer. I mean, David and I agree it's such good beer. I don't know if I can do that. It's not like
you're doing it to a Yingling.
Well, I think I've only had one Yingling my entire life. I need to, and I didn't hate it. Like I kind of liked Yingling, so I feel like I need to buy Yingling more. That's what we need to do on this show. We need to do a Yingling or just a beer bracket in general. But we could do a Yingling bracket too. I mean, they got all kinds of new. They got the chocolate
Get the Hershey's,
porter. They got that one. They've got the new light beer that's pretty good. The Flight one, Yingling Flight.
Very good.
I think that's pretty good. That could rival Coors Light. So don't know how we got off on beer, talking about pumpkin spice, but that's just what happens. So, hey, I wanted to mention this before I forget, since we're still kind of early in the show. We are going to bring back our football post-game shows this year. So we're going to be doing a post-game show after every single Kentucky football game this year, home and away. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. Sometimes they'll be right after the game. Sometimes they'll be a bit later in the day after the game. We're very excited to have this year from College Sportscast, Brad Harvey and John Hammonds are going to join us on most, if not all, of the Kentucky football post-game shows. And this Saturday will be the first one, and we're going to go live at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Central, right here on our Facebook page. Going to do the post-game show, so be sure to call in and watch and just tell us your thoughts on the game, and we'll break it down. Caden, I don't know if we're going to see like all the stops pulled out for Kentucky football, especially on the offensive side of the ball this week, because we do play Ball State and then Eastern and then Akron and then Vanderbilt. So I don't really know that we're going to want to show Florida and Georgia a lot of our cards. I don't. Hopefully, we won't need to pull out a lot of the trips and tricks and things.
They're not, to say the least. They're not. These aren't going to be barn burner games. At least,
no, they're not.
I hope not.
I hope not. Yeah,
shove them in the locker kind of type games.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, I won't be on the post game for these, but who knows? Maybe whenever we beat Georgia or Alabama or something like that, I might hop on and give my 2 cents as well. So
yeah,
looking forward to seeing the shows from this angle.
I love how you just said we're gonna beat Georgia or Alabama or something, like it would be no big deal. You better be on if we beat Georgia or Alabama.
I'll be.
William Neat says Caden drinks White Claw.
Oh, no way.
Is that an insult? I've never had a White Claw in my life. I also don't plan on having a White Claw in my life. I would drink beer on ice before I drink a White Claw.
People who drink White Claw like hold their pinkies up, kind of like we're talking about soccer / football players. Yeah.
Go to Starbucks, drink their tea, their pinky up. That's exactly right. Just want to throw that post-game show announcement out there. So be sure to catch those. First one this weekend. So be sure to jump on. Claude just says in the comments here, Will Levis. No explanation. But yeah, I couldn't agree more, Claude. Will Levis. William Neat says he's never tried them. Yeah, we're not big Starbucks or White Claw fans on this show. That's for sure. Caden, speaking of pansies, drinking White Claw. I've been seeing, I'm not going to name any names, but I've been seeing a lot of celebrity college athletes are not attending in-person classes this year at whatever institutions they go to. Caden, I just want to point out that, I had classes with people on the UK basketball and football team like every semester. I did a group project with Bam Adebayo. He came to class. Like, if Kentucky basketball players can go to class, I feel like some of these other people can go to class too. Like, just because you're famous doesn't mean that you can't go to class. Like, and they say it's for safety reasons, but is it really
what are they feeling safe about
to go to class? Like, you're on.
You're talking about like these gymnastics, like Olivia Dunn kind of thing.
Well, I didn't say that, but people like that. Oh. It's like, how are you? Yeah, I'm not going to name any names. So I never said that. Caden said that. But yeah, like, do you think that's valid? Does that hold any validity to not go to in-person classes just because you're a celebrity? I don't know. I don't really get that.
Well, obviously I agree with you there, but it also kind of makes me sad just to think about the point that we're at, that people like treat these.
That we have to do that.
Yeah, people treating these people like they're gods when they're
that's very true. Yeah,
normal people.
It
reminds me of the Buddy Brown videos.
Yeah, the Buddy Brown's videos are goated. That's for sure. You need to look him up on YouTube if you haven't. But yeah, I don't know. Like, man, these people, like, you know, just sort of idolizing them is kind of weird in a way, but also the fact that they even have to be concerned about their safety in the first place is kind of crazy. Like, just
Yeah.
they're just people, you know.
Yeah.
It's okay.
They're just
I mean,
playing sports. I think NIL has probably made this even worse with how much money they're making.
I mean,
All the commercials are on.
like, I get starstruck by, celebrities as much as the next guy. I mean, I do have Laura Rutledge in my background up here, but, I was still able to talk to her like a normal person because she is. I was wearing my KSR polo there, and she said, KSR in the house. I said, yeah. So that's right.
I thought you were Matt Jones.
David Holmes says, I'm not going to work for anymore for safety reasons. Nice.
Yeah, well, David, you have KPIs. They don't. So I don't think you can
KPI.
do that.
Well, neither does Cal, apparently. I think that's literally true. Like, I think KPIs actually don't apply to, like, coach contracts. Like, so Mark Stoops and Cal,
especially when it's a lifetime.
Yeah, but no, I don't even think they apply, like, in any of the coaches' contracts, which is kind of suspect. Like, I feel like we should
think
hold
that much money, especially.
So yeah, that's very true. That's very true, David. See that. But again, Caden said that, not me. Caden just exited out of the stream. I've done this before. I've accidentally left and had to come back in. And it's really awkward for a minute because I've left Caden hanging.
Yeah.
Now Caden's back.
And I guess that button was like the back button that's supposedly on the mouse.
I was just telling everybody, I've done that many times on my Mac. If you breathe on it the wrong way, it just kicks you out of the studio. So it's kind of frustrating, and looks like it finally happened to you. But glad you're back. So
yeah, I'm here. Don't worry.
Yeah, just like Claude, you're here to stop, pump the brakes. You're here,
brakes.
Like you said. We know, Caden, we didn't do too terribly. On our predictions for week one, we actually did pretty decently, all things considering. So if we go back and look at some of these scores, we got Notre Dame right. Notre Dame beat Navy. I think we got San Diego State right as well. UMass won. USC won. I said Louisiana Tech was going to win because Ruston, Louisiana is such a boring place that Florida International was going to forget how to play football. So we were right there. And, of course, Vanderbilt beat Hawaii. Now, Vanderbilt only won by a touchdown as opposed to, like, 60 points like they did last year.
So that's basically a loss.
Yeah, it's basically a loss. And, Caden, maybe that means we can go ahead and chalk Vandy up as a win. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything.
So.
But if they only beat Hawaii at home by 7 points. So that's...
And how many games did Hawaii win last year? Like
one or two?
Couldn't have been many, yeah. So that's not a good look for Vandy there.
Yeah, about like that. So that brings me up to another point about Vanderbilt. Is Caden, have you heard about the whole Vanderbilt locker room situation going on?
No. I'm assuming it's not good.
Claude's comments kill me. He just said aloha. I love the sort of just like no. We need to have a no context Claude Hare comments bracket. I feel like that would be entertaining.
It's better than what he said about the Rainbow Warriors. So
yes, it is. Yep. Yeah. So Vanderbilt's visiting locker room this year, because their stadium's under construction, which I feel like it's always been under construction, but that's beside the point. Is a tent. So like a literal tent. So when we go there in a few weeks, we're going to be having our pregame locker room speech and changing and everything else in a freaking tent. And Caden, this ain't 4A Kentucky high school football. This is the SEC. And Vanderbilt's just ruined it for everybody. And not only that, their scoreboard is hanging from a crane, which I heard that as a rumor, and I thought there's no way that's true. Looked up. Sure is. Their scoreboard's hanging from a crane, and the visitors' locker room is a tent. So that's Vandy for you this year. So, but I guess it is very fitting, for Vandy. So,
Yeah, I can't say that I'm surprised. I don't understand why their scoreboard's on a crane. I feel like that's something they should do something about
They
in a
should.
relatively short period of time.
We're
So
gonna have
I
to
don't
wear
think there's any excuse there, but
we're gonna have to wear hard hats when we go into Nashville. We're gonna have to be like Mark Stoops is gonna have to be in a hard hat during the game. Stuff falling down on him. So yeah, Vandy is the gift that keeps on giving.
just like Louisville.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, speaking of the gift that keeps on giving, Louisville basketball. Now,
I don't have topic. By the way, for our viewers, I do not have the topics ahead of time, so I do not mean to just help Coleman out. Like
No.
this just happens.
No, and yeah, you bring up a good point because we don't really do any show prep on this show. I don't know if that's ever evident or not, but you know,
well, whoever hosts it thinks of topics, but we don't share it with each other. That's what he means by show prep. Yeah,
yeah, but and any research about any given topic at any given time, yeah, we don't do show prep on that. So, Louisville basketball, though, what I'm saying is Louisville has gotten to the point that they're like so much is going on in that program, and so much bad stuff has happened to them, even in the past like 4 or 5 months, that I'm going to have to start doing show prep to keep up with how bad Louisville basketball is. So I think we mentioned a couple episodes ago, one of there's like star point guard guy who's supposed to be like their best player this year, is leaving to go play professionally in Australia. Apparently he called Kenny Payne like a week ago or something, and Kenny didn't answer the phone. So that like is pretty crazy. And then apparently one of their assistant coaches now, Caden, is leaving for I don't know what capital city it is, but leaving for a professional team to be an assistant coach for the Capital City GoGos. So leaving Louisville to go be an assistant coach for the Capital City GoGos. So, and mind you, like school has already started. You know, the season's just around the corner. You still got people getting out of Louisville because they can't take it anymore. So, Caden, how are they going to even win 6 games this year? Are they going to win? They going to win less than they did last? I guess they won 4 last year. So they even going to win 4 games this year?
Well, didn't we say a few episodes ago that the over under is what 10? Is that what we went with?
I think that's what we went with.
I think I said at that point. I don't even remember what I said, but gosh, his comment.
Yeah, William Neat says, is that a strip club? David Holmes says, sounds like dancing girls, go-go's. Yeah, I guess I put that one up on a tee for the Louisville basketball joke there. So, well, it's not hard to make fun of Louisville. So, you know, what can I say? It's not my fault. But carry on.
My prediction now is way under what I said last, maybe by like half, and it does not look like there's any way they could even get halfway.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even like. Do you feel bad for them? Like, has it gotten to the point where it's just like I used to like making fun of Louisville. Like I genuinely like making fun of Rick and you know, with Boogie doing the whole elbow thing, and I mean it used to be really fun to get at Louisville. Like the whole Katina Powell situation was just gold, but like now it's just like it's like the Pokemon meme of Pikachu just like looking like that. Like that's how Louisville basketball is.
You start to feel bad for them, and then they just do something else. Like they hang that banner for being number 1 in the poll or whatever.
Yep. That Cartman left out.
So then you're like, I don't really feel bad for them anymore because they just keep on doing stuff like that. So no, I don't really feel bad for them. It's got to be some culture thing because it's like no matter what they do, stuff just keeps on happening. It's deeper than just replacing coaches, you know? So where does this stem from?
Well, and the thing is, I thought that if anything, Kenny Payne could fix all that because I mean,
because he went there.
Caden, we don't have a problem with Kenny Payne. We love Kenny Payne.
We love Kenny Payne on the show. Yeah,
we do. And if anybody could have fixed this, like the culture problem, I thought it would be him. But man, is there even any hope for Louisville at this point? Like, if Kenny Payne couldn't fix this, then who could? Like, I mean, this is bad. at the same time, I kind of like it, but this is pretty bad. So,
Well, it gives us content, so that's one positive out of this. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do next.
but
Like
it's almost
who
to
would
the
take that
point.
job at this point?
It's almost to the point that like it's gotten so bad that like making fun of Louisville isn't like new news anymore. So it's like not even fun to talk about anymore because
Like
it's just like
repetitive at this point.
it happens every like I don't think it could get any worse. Now every time I say that, it gets worse. But I guess the only thing worse that could happen now is they don't win a single game this year. It'd be like Virginia football. So
Then will you do the pumpkin spice in the beer?
that's right. At that point, if Virginia football goes 0-12 and Louisville basketball goes 0-12, I would go ahead and I would go ahead
There
and
is
do
a
that, I think.
world that could happen.
Yes, that's a very real world. David Holmes says Washington D.C. is where the GoGos are.
Talking GoGos. I'm just gonna throw that out there as the name of this show. Talking GoGos.
I think you nailed it. Let's go ahead and mark it in, baby. Yeah, episode number 67, Talking Go-Go's. That's what it's gonna be. So yep. Have you heard anything about so
We could end the show there, really.
yeah, we really could. Now we got to talk about our own basketball problems, though. Have you heard anything about these rumors about Big Z? I guess we'll call him because we can't pronounce his name. Not being eligible to play this year, or not being on the team. Have you heard this?
Well, no, but it doesn't surprise me because this stuff always happens. So, what happened this time?
It doesn't. Well, apparently there's some kind of English entrance exam or English proficiency exam that he has to take that he like either failed or hasn't taken yet or something. And he can't be a student if he doesn't pass it. And the deadline to be enrolled as a student has already passed for the semester. And nobody knows if he is or not. So, I mean,
You're telling me he might not come because he can't speak English? That's literally the reason.
That's the word on the street. Yeah. So, but I mean, would that be the worst thing in the world? I mean, we still have Bradshaw and Uganda, but then again, like, there's a chance. I mean, both of those guys are hurt, so there's a chance that we might end up with like no big guys, which would be an issue. So
I'd be getting Duolingo on his phone and pulling out all the stops for this one.
Hey, my mom teaches ESL. She should get on it. She should get on the teaching Big Z some English. We somebody needs to teach Big Z English so we can play. Even if
we need him. I think we need him because we have no clue if these other big guys are going to be uninjured. This comment section.
So we have I just want to look at the string of Claude Hare's comments here. We have Aloha. We have the whole University of Vanderbilt is downhill.
Oh, we had Will Levis.
Oh, we also had Will Levis before. That's right. Will Levis was on there as well. And now we have I'm going to go to a strip club. So that's quite a lineup of Claude Hare comments there.
David Holmes says Rick P and some Go-Go's. That sounds like the name of a movie or something.
It sounds like a band. Rick P and the Go-Go's. Ricky P and the Go-Go's. Kenny Go-Go Payne. That's very well done, William. Very well done. William Neat says, Oscar, please tutor Big Z. I don't know that Oscar has the best English either, but he can speak.
He has better English than some of the guys we've had.
Yes, he does. I think he has better English.
We don't want Jamarcus Cousins. We don't want Jamarcus Cousins teaching Big Z some English.
Hey, this ain't no spelling bee, Caden. So hopefully Big Z is eligible. We'll keep our eye out for that. And if anybody knows or has heard anything else about that in the comments, please let us know in the comments below. Well, since we're playing Ball State, I thought, the fight songs brackets that we have done in the past few episodes over the summer have been a real big hit, it seems like. And we've enjoyed doing them. So Ball State is in the MAC, the Mid-American Conference. So,
which I did not know what that was until about 5 hours ago.
That's right. And then there's also the MAC, which is the MAAC, which stands for something else. I don't know what it stands for at the moment. But there's only 8 teams in the MAC, not the MAC. And I thought we would do a MAC Fight Songs bracket tonight to celebrate the start of the season. So we're going to close the episode with the MAC Fight Songs bracket. So, but before we do that, we're going to see if we can take any calls here. So we'll go ahead and, well, I guess we've already taken one call tonight, Chris from Colorado. But we'll put the phone number up there, 502-234-1504. Now the phone lines are officially open, and you can give us a shout. Tell us your predictions for Kentucky Ball State. Tell us about your GoGos, or you could tell us what you think about Vanderbilt's stadium or their lack thereof, it seems like these days. Tell us if you heard anything about Big Z. Tell us if you can teach Big Z English, any of the above. Say if you are gonna be attending in-person college classes this year, or if you're too big a celebrity to do that, whatever you want. So you can go ahead and give us a shout there. We getting any calls over there yet, Caden?
Nope, not yet.
Okay, not yet. All right,
not
so
blowing up yet.
We'll go ahead and let's go ahead and move into the MAC Fight Songs bracket, and kind of as we take calls, or as we get calls, we'll take them. You see, this is the one time I wish we did have some way to put the callers on hold. We see our first, like, when we get big enough to have the ability to hire somebody, the first thing we're going to do is hire somebody to take calls and put people on hold. We need a Shannon the Dude on the show. That would be nice to be able to just go to calls whenever we could. But let's start with the 1 seed, none other than the Ball State Cardinals.
Let me share again.
Oh yeah, well, I guess we're not doing a bracket. We're going to do a tier list. We're going to do a Fight Songs tier list. I'll correct my lingo there.
So you said 8 teams. Well, we got 9 Fight Songs over here. Is WKU in that conference or not?
No, there's 8 teams. Not and WKU is not. I put Western. Okay. I put Western on the board for a different reason. So we'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that later. No, that's
I didn't
okay.
think they were. I was like, well, I'd put it on there just in case.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, William Neat says he'll take the job as the Shannon the Dude. Hey, William,
we can take applications.
Yeah, we'll take out. Yeah, for you got first dibs. You got first dibs on that. I think
Cody Piefler could be a good candidate too. So
he absolutely could.
Can have interviews. Do the whole thing.
Do the interviews live on the show.
That's a good idea.
But so let's go ahead and start.
Question number 1: what do you think about Louisville?
Right. They need to go home. So let's start with the 1 seed here. The Ball State Cardinals, which since there's only 8 Fight Songs, it's going to go by a little bit quicker. So I thought, Caden, I would go ahead and incorporate the lyrics as a part of our ranking system this time. So I do have the Ball State Fight Song lyrics pulled up here. Now, should I read those before or after the actual fight song? What are you thinking?
Well, the video's going to have the lyrics, right?
That's true.
Oh, I guess the podcast won't.
For the podcast listeners.
I'm cool with either. It's totally up to you.
I'll go ahead and read them now. So I'll read the lyrics before we play the songs here. So I'm going to try to read them very dramatically here. So we got Ball State University Fight Song lyrics. Okay, here we go. Fight, team, fight for Ball State. We must win this game. Onward now, you Cardinals, bring glory to your name. Fight, fight, fight. Here's to both our colors, cardinal and white, praying for a victory. So fight, fight, fight. That's what they're going to be doing on Saturday. They're going to be praying for a victory. Let's
having them a good day.
Let's roll the music. That's right, like Bruce Pearl. Let's go ahead and roll the music now. The Ball State Fight Song. Not sure what that was at the end there necessarily. The kind of screaming that happened there at the end. I also think one of the Piccolos was mic'd a little hot there at the beginning. It was either a Piccolo or a Cardinal, not sure. But what are your thoughts, Caden?
Did we have some double tonguing in there?
I think we did.
Did I hear that?
It was either that or some like fake double tonguing with some alternate fingerings.
It might have been slurred. I don't know, but yeah, it's not bad. I don't know. I'd give it a B, maybe. It's nothing great, but I liked how direct some lyrics were. They literally said we must win.
Well, Claude here didn't like it. He says boo Ball State. David Holmes put a vomit emoji. And William Neat says sounds like the Thanksgiving Day parade. So we got a sort of a variety of takes there on it. I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was the best thing in the world either, but I'm kind of feeling B tier as well. I kind of think that's
I mean,
that's right
whenever we hear Southern Indiana, and we're comparing it to that, I mean, it's pretty good. So yeah,
yep,
go with B. Okay,
yeah. Compared to Southern Indiana, everything's good. Yep. That sounds like Mahler 5 compared to that. Hey, a little score. I'll do a little college football score update for you since we got a lot of college football happening this Thursday night. At halftime, Wake Forest is up 24-0 over Elon. 1:34 left in the second quarter. UCF up 21-3 over Kent State. Georgia State up 21-14 over Rhode Island at the half. Western Michigan up 21-10 at halftime over St. Francis of Pennsylvania, a school I didn't know existed before 5 seconds ago. UConn is tied with North Carolina State with 4:34 left in the second quarter. Utah is beating Florida 7-3 with 2:27 left in the first. Minnesota and Nebraska are tied at 0 in the second quarter, which sounds like just an absolutely riveting game there. So definitely not going to watch that one. Missouri is up 7-0 over South Dakota with 5:01 left in the first. I really hope Missouri loses that game. I freaking hate Missouri, man. They're the biggest bunch of nerds. I hate Missouri. And Arkansas Pine Bluff is beating Tulsa 7-0 with 3:32 left in the first quarter. UAB is beating North Carolina A&T, in case anybody cares, at the end of 7-3 at the end of the first quarter. And Arizona State and Southern Utah are going to kick off at 9 p.m. Central Time here. So there's a little college football score update.
Did you say Florida is losing to Utah?
No, they're oh yes, they are. Yeah, Florida's losing 7-3 to Utah.
Would that be an upset?
No, that would not be. Florida sucks this year. So Utah is ranked 14th. Florida's unranked.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they were 14th. Dang.
And it's at Utah. And get this. Okay. Yeah. This is the first game. This is the first non-conference game out of state. So this is the first away non-conference game out of the state of Florida that Florida has played since 1991.
Wow. Which
is pretty crazy when you think about it. But there's your little college football Tom Leach update there. So let's go ahead and move on to the Central Michigan Chippewas here. I'll go ahead and read their fight song lyrics. Remember, we got to take the lyrics into account too. So that's part of the package here. So the fight song is called The Fighting Chippewa. Written by Howdy Loomis, class of 35. Don't know what that means, but fight Central down the field. Fight for victory. Fight, fellows, never yield. We're with you, O varsity. Onward with banners bold, to our colors will be. True fight for maroon and gold, down the field for CMU. That doesn't rhyme. Varsity, rah-rah, victory, rah-rah. Chippewa, we're proud of that nickname. Hear our song loud and strong. Central is going to win this game. Come on and CMU. So
I'm already going to hate this.
I agree with that. So, but we'll give it a chance. Here we go. Yeah, I didn't like that.
That didn't do much for me.
That didn't do much to me either. Yeah. I'm going D tier. I think is where I put
William
that one.
brings up a good point. What's a Chippewa?
Well, they're the Chippewas, like the Native American tribe, the Chippewas. Not a Chippewa. Sorry, I guess my Kentucky accent was coming out there. Yeah, the Chippewa. But no, they're the Chippewas. So
that's a solid D tier for sure. If like that just envisions like that's totally just epitome of D tier right there. Whatever I just heard. So
well, I'm glad we're in agreement on that. Let's move on to the Northern Illinois Huskies, who we played and beat last year, and we got their transfer offensive lineman. Or maybe he was a defensive lineman, can't remember, but he plays for us now, so that's good. So yeah, Northern Illinois here. Huskies, come on, you Huskies, and make a score or two. Huskies, your Northern Huskies, the team to pull us through. Forward together, forward. There's victory in view. Come on, you Huskies, fight on, you Huskies, and win for NIU. Well, I mean, it was good in theory. I think it was a little long for me, and I think it could have been way faster. Like when I score a touchdown, when I hear a fight song, I feel like it needs to be at least like 140, 150. So
yeah, the chant at the end was a little unnecessary, but
it was.
I think it was better than Ball State. I'm not going to put it S, but but for the mascot, solid. You know, the little husky right there, and then the tuba I thought was laying it down. Did you hear that tuba?
Dude, that's sousaphone. He was laying it down, man.
Killing it.
Yeah.
Or sorry, sousaphone.
Yeah, sousaphone or she. You know, we're inclusive on this show.
She. Yeah, I'd say A. What do you think?
Yeah, it wasn't S, but I would say A. It was better than Ball State for sure. David Holmes says wolf with a vomit emoji. He also said the previous fight song sounded like the North Korea battle hymn. So yeah, that's at least a D.
He also said hold my old Kentucky home hold music.
Yeah, I think he was talking about when we put callers on hold, we should put them on hold.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
That is. The problem is we don't have anybody answer the calls though. But that is a good idea.
Yeah, or really even a calling system other than what we're doing.
So but one day another voiceover. We could have Guts and Bourbon playing. We could do another voiceover. And you could be like, "You're on hold with Talkin Kentucky. Now here's Coleman Scott, Caden Holmes." So you can do that. Yeah, that would be really good. So Ohio is next, not Ohio State, but Ohio. And now I have some beef with Ohio, and I'm going to and here's why. So their fight song is Stand Up and Cheer. But Western Kentucky's fight song is also Stand Up and Cheer, and I think they stole it from Western. So we're going to play both editions here.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to I'm going to let you tell me if they stole Stand Up and Cheer from Western. So here's Ohio first. Caden, what are your thoughts?
Well, Cody said go mop. So, it's been a while, but I guess this was our fight song at Massville as well. So maybe they stole
was
it from
it?
Massville.
Well, they stole it from Western and Madisonville. Well, okay. First of all, they had that big symphonic sort of introduction in the beginning. Okay. That's a little too classy for football. Nobody cares. Then we had the modulation in there. We just have football games are all
And
about
another modulation at the end. Did you hear that?
I did hear that. We had two modulations in there. We had this big sort of introduction. This is not the New York Philharmonic, Ohio.
Yeah.
We don't need all that. We've got all football games are a bunch of drunk people watching sports. Okay. We don't need all that extra crap in there. And you stole the song from Madisonville and Western Kentucky. It's F tier for me. Put it down there.
You don't have to tell me twice. But are you going to play Westerns?
Yeah. So you tell me that's not a direct ripoff of the Western Kentucky Hilltopper fight song. So here we go. Here's Western.
Dude, that's how it's supposed to be played.
That's how Western.
We don't need all those modulations. Play it fast. No one needs some ballad as their fight song. Like
play it nice.
Like you said, this is not concert band. Just play it through, and play it fast, and play it clean, and have a good time. That's all it's about.
This ain't indoor band. This ain't spelling bee. Just play it like it is. Yep, play it how it goes. They go tops. That's what Mark Gold says about Petrushka. Just play the notes, play nice. That's how you do it. And Western did that. So Western is not in the MAC, but if they were, that would be S tier. Ohio was F tier because
that was for certain S tier. What we just heard.
Yeah, it was absolutely S tier. So hypothetically, they are up there. Cody Espin-Peebler says never realized they hit a copy and paste at Madville. Well, guess they did.
Cody played that, except he took everything up an octave or two.
That's how to do it. Cody is a true trumpet player if he takes everything up an octave. That's how you do it. Toledo is next on the list here. I'll go ahead and read their lyrics here. We've got let's see here.
By the way, Cody, if you want to call in, you should play it for us. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, hey, if Cody calls in and plays Stand Up and Cheer, that this would be the best episode. Yes, I would fade out with that instead of Guts and Bourbon. So all I can find is the alma mater. Here we go. No, here's the fight song. You of Toledo will fight for you. Fight, fight, fight. You of Toledo, we love the gold and blue. Let's go blue. Men of the varsity, the enemy must yield. We'll fight just like our ancestors and march right down the field. Toledo, Toledo. That ending was a little spicy.
I didn't really like it.
I didn't either.
I don't really have much to say about it except I don't understand the ancestors part. Like,
D?
what is this, a war or something? I don't get it. So it's a I don't know. It's a solid C tier for me.
Yeah, I don't think it's worse than D, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd even put it at C.
All right, comments.
I sort of subtract points. I like how you're just getting rid of the whole logo there.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this. I could just keep it like this.
Yeah, just keep it on the rest of the D. Nice. That looks like Talking Kentucky right there. That's what we do. Yeah, I actually subtract points for fancy musical things in fight songs like modulations and things like that. So I think it would originally be C tier, but subtract it for the modulation and make it D tier. So that
Yeah,
works for me.
Cody or David, what do you think? C or D?
Yeah, it's tough. And yeah, Danny's in here. Says go Cats. Welcome to the show, Danny. Always glad to have you in the comments. And we need your help on if it's going to be C or D. I think for now it can sit right there between, and we will establish where it's going to be from there. Let's go on to Buffalo, the home of Alabama's coach came from there. What's his name? The guy who's a douche. The basketball coach. Why can't I think of his name?
Muss? No, that's Arkansas.
No, that's Arkansas. Man, dude, why can't I think of his name? Oh, he screamed "F you" at LSU, and then it's in the championship. God,
I cannot think of his name.
You know who I'm talking about, right? Nate Oates. That's who
Nate
it is.
Oates. Yeah.
Okay, Nate Oates. Yeah, that's who it is. I don't know why I can't think of stuff when I'm on the spot like that. But anyway, so fight on, you Bison, fight to the end. On to victory for us tonight. We'll cheer for you, knowing you'll come through with glory for orange and blue. Fight on, you Bison, fight till the end, and we'll see you out the top all right. Hail the orange and blue and white, so bright for victory we'll gain tonight. Fight, fight, fight. Glad that's over. Okay, now I'm unmuted. Yeah, this one has like North Korea, Russia vibes to me too. You know those videos of like the military bands and in those big like militarist countries that sound like absolutely awful, like with the intonation and everything. Now, I'm not saying it's that bad, but it kind of gives me that
I liked it.
sort of vibe.
I like the
Well,
speed. They were flying.
well, the speed was
I
good,
put
but
it S tier.
no, it can't be S tier. Yeah, the intonation was bad, and also
Oh,
the
are we going? Are we going off musicianship too?
yeah, of course we are. They were musicians. The
Okay, I'll
articulation
lower it.
the
A
articulation was a
B
little heavy
plus.
too. It sounds like they were playing it how we told the kids at Level Up Trumpet Camp to not play the technical All-State Etude, the da 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 da, you know, that
That's
kind of
true.
thing. You know, it kind of sounded like they were hammering it out there. So, you know, I would go C at max for me.
I thought the lyrics were good. I thought
I
it was
didn't.
fast. They didn't take it too serious.
There you go.
I'd
Thank
say
you,
B.
Cody. Cody says
Cody
lame.
says
C.
Cody says C. Okay. But
Yep.
I'm outmatched. 2 C's, 1 B. All right.
Cody also says, no matter what, I promise you, a double G could be at the end of every fight song. No to man. I agree with that.
The real question is, what's Toledo? Are we going D or C?
No
one really had an opinion, so.
Well, I think it was better than Buffalo's. So I'd put Buffalo D and Toledo C.
I do think Toledo was, well, man, that's tough.
I mean, they both sucked, so it didn't really matter. But I would put if it's me personally, it's just my opinion, but I'd put Buffalo D and Toledo C.
All right, Cody, let us know.
Yeah, Let us know, Cody. Where's Toledo belong? We'll go. I will allow you to.
I'd have it
Buffalo
reversed, but it depends what.
I will allow you to put Buffalo at C. The question is Toledo at C or D? Now moving on to another team that Kentucky plays this year from the MAC is Akron. We play them in 2 weeks. The Akron Zips, which is a kangaroo. Caden, this fight song is fancy because we've got a bridge in it. So, look out. We cheer the Akron blue and gold. We cheer as the colors unfold. We pledge anew. We're all for you as the team goes crashing through. Fight. I don't know if you want your team to crash though. Would you want your team to crash through anything? I don't think that would be good. But anyway, we cheer the Akron Warriors bold for a fight that's a sight to behold. So we stand up and cheer and shout for the Akron blue and gold. Zip, zip, go the zippers. Zip, zip, go the zippers. Akron U, gold and blue, all for you and the zippers too. And then we do the chorus again. That's a very academic logo you got going there. Fiat Lux, what's that mean? Any ideas?
Italian, right? I don't know.
It's probably Latin.
Latin, yeah, that's what I meant.
It's one of those. Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah. But all right, well, let's listen to Akron. This one's goated. Dude, I think that one's goated. I think that one is S tier in my opinion, automatically. I like that one. I like the stand up. That was nice. Little lift there.
Nothing so far. Not like I think this is better than the rest, but nothing like really jumps out to me so far.
Caden has weird taste in fight songs. He thinks Buffalo's was good, and he thinks that was not.
Well, fight songs isn't something I listen to on the regular. It's not on the top of my Spotify playlist.
This is the third one we've done.
I mean, I'll put it S tier for the simple fact it's better than everything else.
You can't just nonchalantly put something in S tier. No, I guess I'll put it. I'm okay with S tier. No, it's either S tier or
it's better than NIU, but
well, that would be S tier.
That's my reasoning.
Okay, all right. Well, glad that's settled. Okay, we got one left here. It's Western Michigan, alma mater of Max McNutt, another Max from Colorado. So let's see. Let me see if I can find the lyrics to this one. Oh, nice. We got some spelling in this one. Fight on for Western. Take that ball, make a score, win the game. Onward for the brown and gold, which are terrible colors, by the way. Push them back, bring us fame. Fight on for Western. Over one, over all we reign. Fight Broncos, fight with all your might. Western win this game. BRONCO, go Broncos, WMU. Had a lot of spelling in that one. They can spell in Michigan. You go to Western Michigan, you're going to learn how to spell Bronco. That's absolutely the case. I'm not a fan of the brown and yellow colors, though. I'm just, I don't know. Trash. Glad you agree. All right, Western Michigan. Yeah, I think about half the piccolo section needs to be cut from the band. I think
I lost complete interest after about 15 seconds into that. So
it's a little aggressive for me, honestly.
Cody says cringe.
I'm going.
I mean, we're getting a call.
Well, good. Answered. Go Cats.
You're on with Talking Kentucky. Who's this?
Hey, this is Josh. How you guys doing? I was starting to wonder if y'all paid the phone bill or not.
No, we were in the middle of a fight song. My bad.
Oh, yeah, we're doing some very
I heard it, too. That was so weird because I picked up when it picked up heard the fight song and I heard Coleman's voice.
Well, that's a good combination.
Yeah, it was pretty
fight
cool.
Song in my voice.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll try to call back 3 or 4 times. I was trying to call back, and then I was like, maybe they're, jamming out with that Western Michigan fight song. I really haven't got a chance to look at the episode too much today because I'm out door dashing, but I'll check it out when I get home. So I don't know what you have and have not talked about.
Oh, dude, that's okay. You can go back and you can listen to our. You can check it out tomorrow, and you could listen to our first Spotify ad that Caden read.
Okay.
Yeah. There's There are a couple bloopers. Did you hear Caden's bloopers at the beginning of the episode? You have to go back and listen if you didn't.
No, I'm actually looking at the moon right now. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty huge. My God, that thing's huge.
Man, I saw the sun. Do you see the sun yesterday? It's wild.
Yeah, I mean, this is supposed to be a blue moon, and you know who sang that best? Blue Moon of Kentucky. Keep on shining.
Oh.
Bill Monroe. So,
hey, that's a good sign for the season. That's a good sign for this season. Blue Moon in Kentucky on the first week of the football season. I feel like it's only up from here.
Yeah, it's a good omen, though. It means we're going to beat Georgia.
It sure does. Isn't that right, Caden?
Yeah, let's see it. Build the statue.
I'm sticking to it. I don't care if we get mauled by 20 or 30. I'm still thinking we're going to beat Georgia. Nobody can tell me no different. I just think it's our year.
Hey, I'm with you, John. I'm starting to get real excited about this year. So I always talk myself into it every year. I talk myself into 12-0 in week 1. So I'm ready to burn my couch.
That would be awesome. I mean, they would definitely burn a lot of Lexington down to the ground. But we did get some bad news today. I don't know if you're aware of it. Probably might have talked about it. Ben Christensen, I think it was, the kid come from Ohio State. He has he's out for the rest of the year.
Oh man, what position was he playing? Was he one of the defensive guys?
No, he was the center.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Yeah. There's another guy that's just as good, if not better than him, but Mark Stoops didn't elaborate. Didn't really elaborate on his injury. Just said that he was done for the year.
But he wasn't the starter, was he, Josh? Was he starting?
I'm not sure. I think he was on the depth chart. But it's still, you always like to have that depth, even if he wasn't a starter. I think he's just a freshman.
Because I think Eli Cox is our starting center, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I think it's not catastrophic, at least. I mean, you'd like to have the depth, but I think we'll be fine moving forward.
Yeah, we're going to be fine. I just don't want that to be the beginning of, like, what we went through last year. That was horrific. We had injury after injury after injury. So,
yeah, knock on wood.
I just don't want – hopefully the blue walls have been solidified. But yeah, other than that, that's the only news I got of the day. I mean, I don't know. There's not really a lot going on. I'm just pumped up and ready to go. Ready for the season start. I can't wait. I think the point spread's 26.5. I think we cover that fairly easy. If we don't, the haters are going to start real fast and real quick. Man, like, oh, Kentucky, I thought he was going to be great this year, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like Caden. Caden's going to come on here and say, "Oh, we only won by 20. Like we're going to suck.
Yeah.
We're gonna beat Georgia." No,
20 is a good number. Good number.
Okay. Yeah.
This weekend, I think I'd be happy with 20.
Hey, but Hawaii covered. I wish I'd have bet that game. I wish I could have bet that game because I would have made some money. I called that. I told you Hawaii was going to cover him 17.5.
Hey, dude, I was thinking of you when I was watching that game. I watched every snap of that game, and I was celebrating when Hawaii covered. I actually thought that they were going to – I don't know if you remember if you watched the whole game or not, but when they recovered the onside kick, man, I lost my mind. I thought Hawaii was going to come back and beat them.
Well, Hawaii there was something wrong, but Hawaii scored and they blew the whistle, and the next thing I know, Hawaii turned the ball over, and I'm like, what happened? It was 21-14, and they got in the end zone, and the refs blew the whistle, and I guess they got a procedure penalty or something against them. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Because I was trying to watch on my phone, and my streaming was broke up, and it took forever to get back to it. But I was like, dang, what the hell happened? And but they fought Vanderbilt a lot harder this year than they did last year. Last year they got destroyed. So
sure did.
Yeah.
Played like warriors.
I even thought Vanderbilt was going to stop them. I mean, I'm the first person to hate Vanderbilt, but I thought it wasn't going to be anywhere close to what it was. So
they only won by 7. So
yeah.
I mean, they didn't even get close to the spread. So
well, Josh, is that all you got for us?
Yeah, pretty much. Just heading home, and I'll watch the episode when I get home. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate the show. Can't wait for the post-game show. That's going to be cool come Saturday. So that's something to look forward to.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah. We're going to have a good week. We're going to have a good weekend. Cats are going to win by 35 at least.
Ooh.
And that's what I'm hoping for anyway. I hope we beat the snot out of these people. And it'll be a good start to the season.
You got a score prediction for us?
45-10.
45-10. Well, okay, Josh, if you get the score right, I will buy you a beer. I will Venmo you for a beer.
Oh, that is funny. You guys have a great night. Appreciate your show. Appreciate it. It's growing and getting bigger, so that's all that matters.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
Right, go Cats.
Go Cats.
Claude says Florida sucks in the comments, and they in fact do. Florida's losing 17-3, and it's not even halftime. So,
good.
Go Gators. Yeah, that's what we do.
Well, that's great.
Well, that's great. So let's finish up this tier here. So Western Michigan, where were we? They sucked, right? So E. So,
yeah,
where we're at.
Yep.
And I'm good with Toledo being D.
All right, let's do it.
Well, there you have it, guys. Toledo's the champion there of the MAC Fight Songs tier list.
Or Akron, you mean?
Oh, is it Akron?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I thought it was Toledo. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see now. Too many blue and gold teams in the conference. Well, hopefully their football isn't as good as their fight song. Hopefully we'll beat them handily as well here in a couple of weeks. So there you have it. Okay, and let's finish out the episode here with which we've already said it's going to be Talkin GoGos with some week one predictions here. Of course, a lot of games are happening right now. Caden, you'd be proud of me. I figured out how to use Canva. So I'm going to come out with our predictions this year. I'm going to make some fancy Canva graphics and put it on our page. So
Canva's goated.
Get that out there. So we'll pick some Saturday games here. So let's see here. So Saturday, September 2nd, we'll pick Ball State, Kentucky last. Not going to pick. Let's see. Let's pick a few here. Most of the games are terrible, as you might expect, but some of them are better than others. Expect Georgia UT Martin is not going to be a good game. So don't think that's going to necessarily be close. But here, let's pick North Carolina, South Carolina. Okay. North Carolina is a 2.5 point favorite, but it is at South Carolina. Looks like it's Duke's Mayo Classic is the name of the game. So I'd probably have to go North Carolina because South Carolina is the SEC doormat, of course. So
I'm going South Carolina just because it's a home game and they're in the SEC. So 15-12.
All right. You're doing the score. I didn't even ask for a score prediction, but you're becoming a football expert, so you're just going to give it. Yeah, I'll go North Carolina on that one, though. I'll stick with my pick there. What about Coastal Carolina, UCLA? UCLA is a 14.5 point favorite. Coastal Carolina has been in the top 25 the past few years, but I think the Chanticleer magic ends this year. I'm going to go UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA by 20.
Oh, that was easy. We got Tulane, South Alabama. Two Gulf Coast teams down here, one being Louisiana, one being Alabama. I'm going to go Tulane. I think I think Tulane came through big for me a couple times in our predictions last year, and they're a 6.5 point favorite, and it's at Tulane, and I'm going with the Green Wave here.
Going the upset, South Alabama.
South Alabama Jaguars.
Yeah.
All right then.
The Jags.
Okay, UTSA in Houston. My former roommate and good friend Steven Soto is a graduate of UTSA. I'm going to go Roadrunners pulling the upset here over Houston. They're going to go into Houston and they're going to road run them over. So I'm going to go Roadrunners there.
I'm going the Cougs on this one.
Okay. Let's see. University of Louisiana Monroe, or Army at the University of Louisiana Monroe. I love ULM, but I'm gonna have to go Army on this one.
I think I will too, actually.
Okay. Actually, is it at UL Monroe? I'm trying to figure this out here. I don't know, man. I did see ULM's like hype video this year, and it's just like a couple of football players walking around downtown in full pads, and it's like not intimidating at all. So that makes me not want to bet against them. I don't know though. They do have a national championship. When they used to be Northeast Louisiana, they used to be called ULM. They used to be Northeast Louisiana, and
when was that? Like in the 50s?
the 30s, yeah. I think they're due. I think they're due for a win. So
more history than South Carolina.
I'll go ULM. I'll go ULM on this one.
I'm sticking with Army.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ULM. Let's see. Let's pick. What else we want to go with here? Dude, there's some bad games this week. Week 1's always bad games. We have Notre Dame, Tennessee State, Rice, and Texas, Ohio State, and Indiana, Jacksonville State, East Tennessee State, Ole Miss, and Mercer. Yeah, there's a bunch of bad games here. Colorado. Okay, let's pick this one. Colorado and TCU. Now, Caden, do you think there's any chance that Colorado upsets with Coach Prime upsets the defending national runner-ups?
Didn't they lose their whole team and their conference? So no, I'm going with TCU.
Well, TCU is a 20.5 point favorite. I'll go TCU as
more
well.
Than that.
Yeah, probably will. Dude, Long Island and Ohio. Who wants to pick those? Arkansas, West Carolina. Robert Morris and Air Force. I didn't know Robert Morris had a football team. Good thing we don't play them this year.
It's just Robert.
It's just Robert. That's right. Auburn and UMass. Man, yeah, there's not a lot of good teams. Eastern Kentucky's playing Cincinnati.
Oh boy.
So let's see. Man, there's so many games. I feel like I want to pick at least one more. Okay, dude. Okay, we got to pick this one.
Does Murray State play this week?
It doesn't look like it. I'm not seeing any Murray games on here. No.
No Racers.
But dude, we gotta pick this one, dude. It's UTEP versus Incarnate Word.
We need to have like the summary, the description of Incarnate Word ready next week to read on the show. If that actually exists.
Dude, UTEP's 0-1. They're down. I'm going Incarnate Word coming out.
Incarnate Word.
Beat down them Miners. Let's go Incarnate Word.
You know they're getting hyped for this.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're over there reading the Word, getting the spirit moving, getting ready to play. So,
hey, Clyde's really trying to figure out if our spectrum's working.
Our spectrum. What is it? Is y'all spectrum working for ESPN? What does that mean?
I guess his cable's not working. I don't know.
Well, I don't have Spectrum. I have DirecTV Stream. So, and it is working for ESPN.
Sorry, Clyde.
He's watching that YouTube TV. No, I don't have Spectrum, so I wouldn't know. But, I was trying to find some more good games, but I don't think there's any in there. So, we'll just end on Incarnate Word. Incarnate Word upsetting. Who was it there that they were playing? UTEP.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Episode number 67, Talkin' Go-Go. You can like the page, Talkin' Kentucky on Facebook. Like and follow us on there. Our merch is going to be released very soon, so be on the lookout for that. Kate and I just ordered some stuff to make sure it doesn't suck. You can follow the show on YouTube. Subscribe to us at Talkin' Kentucky on there. If you like Elon Musk and you're still on Twitter or X, you can follow us on at Talkin Kentucky at Talkin_Kentucky on there. And Caden, we are now hip. We have an Instagram as well as a Threads.
Nice.
So you can follow the show on Instagram at Threads, also at Talkin_Kentucky. So go ahead and follow us on those as well. And then if you'd like to become a supporter of Talkin Kentucky on Patreon and get some swag in return for that, while you're waiting on the other swag, Caden's going to throw a link down in the comments, and you can follow that and become a supporter of us. So, well, Caden, before we get out of here, let's do our predictions for Kentucky Ball State. Lisa Marie Scott says, I will listen to the whole show on Spotify tomorrow. Thanks, Mom, and my mom's down there in the comments. Thanks for listening to that. Always, it's good to have your support. And then, as a reminder, by the way, glad she brought that up. Even if you listen live tonight, go listen to our ad tomorrow on Spotify. So your old friends Caden and Coleman can get our ad dough. So I'll go. Let's see, Kentucky Ball State. We got Josh said like 42, but I think we break 40. I think we're going to pour it on them. I think Liam Cohen's going to come out with a bang. I like the number 42 as well. But I think the defense is always a little spotty in the first game. So I'm going to go 42-14 Cats.
I'm going 38-17 Ball State. I'm just kidding. Cats.
All right, Cats. So there you have it.
38-17.
Be sure to join us, guys, for the post-game show at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Central, right here on our Facebook page on Saturday. Brad Harvey and John Hammonds will be on with us. And that's it. So go Cats. Get the win. For Coleman Scott, for Caden Holmes, and for Kentucky football kicking off the 2023 season, this has been
for GoGos.
For GoGos. This has been episode number 67 of Talkin Kentucky, and we'll see you on Saturday. Thank you all very much. Go Cats. Beat the Cardinals.